How are we feeling about the Game of the Year nominees, guys? Everybody happy? Everybody solid with these? Pretty good list, right? I'm gonna let you guys know my thoughts right now. They're not pretty. They're not pretty. I thought Best Ongoing, Once Human, or Throne and Liberty could maybe like make somewhat of an appearance, right? But like Diablo and Destiny, like super anti-consumer, not even a good game. Dragon's Dogma being thrown into Best RPG, I don't know how I feel about that at all. I just think that that's just a really strange selection. There was a lot of good role-playing games this year. Like, this is a really good selection, so is this, obviously. These are all really good. This just stands out to me. But I do have a place that I think I would like to see that instead, which would be action game, right? Because for some reason, Call of Duty is in here, and I just don't think Call of Duty belongs in here. I think that if they were to showcase something action, I think that Dragon's Dogma had a bunch of action. I guess the campaign was really good. I don't know. Just weird to me that this even exists in here. But speaking of Call of Duty, something that I really wanted to bring to attention. Guys, I will slander COD all I want, but at least I'm fair about it. Best audio design. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, by the way. I think Hellblade 2 wins that. The whole game is based on audio. It's about a schizophrenic woman that hears voices in her head, and it's really well done. Was it a good game? I don't think so. I don't think it was a 6-hour little sneak peek of like a showcase of visual and audio magnificence, but like that doesn't make it a good game. Innovation and accessibility. Let's talk about this. I know why Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is here. It's not because they have skill-based matchmaking and make the game super easy for people that don't have thumbs. It's because Call of Duty made a collaboration with an audio company that does spatial audio. And this company has made and stylized their audio for games like Cyberpunk and Final Fantasy, which, by the way, both of those games are all offline. Call of Duty is an online FPS game. What do you need in online FPS games? You need good audio, good visual, and good aiming. If you are going to make people pay $20 after the free trial for this spatial audio, it makes no difference to me than a Cronus Zen or something that can see through wall, or enhancing the game with a third-party feature, and it's pay to win. It really is. If you're playing Search and Destroy, one of the best things that you can do is, especially because dead silence this year isn't dead silent, you can put a perk on and still be heard. I don't know any dead people that I've heard in the last 33 years, but I've heard none of them, thank God. Dead silence still doesn't kill footsteps, and now you have a spatial audio for $20 that boosts the audio. That is not innovation in accessibility. That is innovation in people that sweat all of their ass sweat into their game chair with a VPN playing Call of Duty 12 hours a day unemployed. That's really what you're gonna shake their hand for that. I'm starting to lean towards maybe we should get a biggest flop of the year award. Concord, Suicide Squad, Star Wars Outlaws, and Skull and Bones. Just throw them up there. You need to start shaming games more. Astro Bot, played it, great game. I think this was an extremely good addition to Sony's platform. I think everybody at Nintendo is currently dumping bricks because 2014, Nintendo. 2015, Nintendo. 2016, no Nintendo. 2017, Nintendo. 2018, no Nintendo. 2019, Nintendo. 2020, Nintendo. 2021, Nintendo. 2022, Nintendo. 2023, Nintendo and Nintendo. 2024, I think that there's a little salt in the wound now because Astro Bot, basically Sony's Mario, is in here. So be careful, Sony. I think they're going to come after you now. They're going to start patenting some features. They're so embarrassed over in Nintendo right now. They're pulling fire alarms. People are freaking out, flipping pages. I know they are, dude. They're just flipping desks and punching monitors. Balatro. I have some thoughts on this as well. Check this out. Oh, wait. The 18th and the 19th, there's a lot of Google searches for Balatro. I wonder why. Is that not coincidentally when Game of the Year nominees got listed? Not many people knew about this game. Like, it's funny to me. I don't think that a game that's lesser known doesn't deserve to be awarded, especially if it's good, and this game seems like it's really good. That's really all I need to hear, to be honest with you. If I missed a good game, that's on me. If you missed a good game, that's on you. I think it sticks out as a sore thumb. It's weird just seeing like card games in here. It's like, but these are all like really well-known, really big games. And then you got a game that no one heard of, and it's a card game at that. So yes, to me, I'm being honest, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve to be up here because it's clearly a good and innovative, very fun and engaging game. I could have named some other games I would have liked to see in its spot. Black Myth Wukong. I'm thrilled that this game is up here. I'm thrilled because this game had a lot of controversy. It went through the fire. I don't know if it was because people just they like to create controversy for clicks. I don't really know, but I know that there were some translations that kind of got missed. I loved Black Myth Wukong. I'm thrilled that this game is up here. I really am, because it deserves it all. If Black Myth Wukong wins, I would be so happy. I'm going to skip this one for now. Let's talk. I haven't played Final Fantasy ever. I was an Xbox kid growing up. I never really got into the series. In part, the reason why I never got into Final Fantasy is because it was a turn-based RPG that I could just, like, I don't know why. If it wasn't Pokemon, I didn't want to mess with the turn-based. And because I was raised that way, and because I have that taste level, I did not play Metaphor, but I do think these two games are the front runners for the win. Everything underneath of it, in my opinion, would be a surprise to me. This is DLC, and I'm aware of it. Without Elden Ring's base game that already got its flowers in 2022, Shadow of the Erdtree wouldn't have the massive amount of features that make this game so great. However, the DLC is huge. 103 different weapons, 40 spells and incantations. You've got a whole new map that's twice the size of Limgrave. It is so densely populated and beautiful and diverse. Cerulean Coast is completely different from the Asylum. You got the green lush area up top. You've got castles to explore, dungeons to explore. The boss designs were amazing except for that stupid hippo. In my opinion, because it carried over the combat, the sound design, the soundtrack, and just the overall base game of Elden Ring and From Software flavor, that there's nothing that Black Myth Wukong does that Shadow of the Erdtree just doesn't do better. The combat, the sound design, the music design, the world design, the lighting, all of it, the story, everything. DLC probably doesn't belong in here, but I'm here to pick what I had the best experience in. Therefore, Shadow of the Erdtree actually does get my vote. And it's only because this subjectively is where I had the best experience amongst these 6 games. That's just what it boils down to. As a fanboy, would I be excited that Shadow of the Erdtree and Elden Ring will be the first DLC base game combo to win Game of the Year? I think that would be a huge accolade, but I almost feel like it's almost like bad PR, because people will always remember it as it's that year that, they finally just squeaked DLC in, and Phantom Liberty wasn't allowed to get DLC squeaked in last year. And let's be honest, don't think that Shadow of the Erdtree stands a chance against these two. The same way I don't think that Phantom Liberty would have stood a chance against Baldur's Gate 3. If you put Dragon Ball Z or Silent Hill 2, maybe even Stellar Blade in here, you know what I mean? I feel like people would have expected. I feel like these two, especially Balatro and the DLC, they really threw people through like an unexpected loop. Point blank, we can't change that. We could tell them all we want how stupid we think this is, but ultimately, like, they're not going to change this. The voting has already started. Anyway, I know this is a really unpopular opinion for the very most part, but that's where I stand. I think this year's Game of the Year was a little weird. It was a little weird. Games like Pal World, Throne and Liberty, and Once Human didn't get any love. While they're all really good ongoing games that just came out this year, they were a little bit smaller. Pal World, I get it. Controversy, blah, blah, blah. Not exactly the most authentic game, although they were in every right to make everything that they had in that game. Once Human, really solid start to a game that shouldn't do as well as it did with the player base that it has. It's consumer friendly, free to play, even though it has microtransactions, it's all cosmetic. And I think Throne and Liberty was the best start to a brand new MMORPG that didn't start with a W in the last few years. And like I don't even know if Ashes of Creation is going to be able to keep up with the launch of Throne and Liberty, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I mean, we'll see how that game goes, but what I've seen is it's chunky. MMOs are very hard to make, and they did a good job making it and got no recognition. I think that's tough. Let me know what you guys think. What are you voting for? Make sure that you like and subscribe if you like the content. I'm reaching 30,000 pretty soon, so help me get there.